Algebra 2, Section 9, the first video. What we're doing today in this video is we're going to learn to write polynomial functions. So we can write it when they give us points or when they give us a graph. So either way, the first thing we want to do is we want to identify the x-intercepts. So I'm going to make a list of the x-intercepts. The x-intercepts are -4, 1, and 3. There's only 3 x-intercepts. And then I also want an additional point. And so the additional point they gave me is right here. It was 0, -6. It happens to be a y-intercept, which is fine. It can be, the additional point can be like a y-intercept or just any point that's not an x-intercept. Okay, so once you have your x-intercepts, make them into factors. So -4 gives you the factor x plus 4, because when you set that equal to 0, you get x equals -4. 1 gives you the factor x minus 1, because when you set the equal to 0, that gives you 1. And so 3 gives you the factor x minus 3. Once again, you set that equal to 0, it gives you 3. So where you're at right here is you don't know your a value. Your a value tells you like how much the stretch or shrink is and if it's positive and negative and all that other kind of stuff. So you don't know your a value, but you do know all of your factors. So what we did is we identified our x-intercepts. Those 3 x-intercepts gave us these 3 factors. And then we wrote our equation y equals a, and then our factors all multiply. Okay, where you go from there is you take this additional point and you plug it in for x and for y. So y is -6. We don't know a. We know x is 0. And so we just plug that in. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and literally just put this in a calculator and find out what that is. You could do each one at a time and get like 4, -1, -3, whatever. And you could do that. I'm just literally going to type that in my calculator. And I get that is 12. So it's a times 12, or 12a. So what we're doing is we're trying to find a. So now you're going to divide by 12 to get a by itself. So a is -1/2. So your equation is -1/2, because that was a. And then you had x plus 4, x minus 1, x minus 3. And that is the equation of the graph shown to the right. Okay, let's try that again. So remember, your first thing is you want to identify the x-intercepts. And so the x-intercepts are these 3 points right here. And how I know those are the x-intercepts is because they have the y value of 0. So the x-intercepts are when you have a number in the x place with a 0 in the y spot. Okay, so remember the x-intercepts give you these factors. -4 gives you x plus 4. 2 gives you x minus 2. 5 gives you x minus 5. And there could be 2 factors, 3 factors, 4 factors. We just don't know. So here's your equation right now. Y equals a times x plus 4, x minus 2 times x minus 5. Okay, in this other point they gave you, in this case, once again, it happens to be a y-intercept. Doesn't matter if it is or not. It's nice when it's a y-intercept because the x value is 0, but it can be any point that's not an x-intercept. So you put the y as 10, you don't know a, and from your point right up here, your x is 0. So you're using 0 for your x value everywhere you see x. All right, and so if you just do this in a calculator, you can literally just plug it in, parentheses and all. And what you're going to have is you're going to have 40 times a. And so that you're trying to solve for a, because if you know a, then you've done all the work and you're ready to write your equation. So I divide by 40. 10 divided by 40 is 1/4. So here's my equation. I go back to what I had written right here, and I just plug 1/4 right there for a. So I have y equals 1/4 times x plus 4 times x minus 2 times x minus 5. And that is how you can write a polynomial if they give you the x-intercepts and 1 additional point.